All right, shalom, shalom. We're going to start off by saying Call, Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash. Hey, double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who were teaching, preaching truth and sincerity. Salutations to the 144,000 hopeful elect. Aki and preaching this word. Hey, we're gonna title this video "The Reason Why We Are Cursed People." You see what I'm saying? We always have people saying, well, a lot of people need to break generational curses. We're gonna show you who put those curses on us and why we are cursed people. We're gonna get that for you. Deuteronomy 1:1.
This is Deuteronomy 1:1. These are the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So off top, you know that Moses speaking to Israel. He ain't talking to nobody else. He ain't talking to none of the other nations. He talking to Israel, the Israelites. Go ahead. 28 and 15. Hey, brother, give me the Isaiah. Isaiah starting from the top.
All right, this is Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee, this day, all of these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Keep going.
Yeah.
And cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Okay, so who cursed in the city? You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of Israelites in the city, but you got to understand who cursed in the city. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Who was cursed in the sugarcane field, the tobacco field, the work field? You know what I'm saying? Last high, first five. You see what I'm saying? Who cursed in the field? Go ahead.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be in the fruit of thy body.
The fruit of your body. Your kid's going to be cursed. Go ahead.
And the fruit of thy land. The increase of thy kind and the flocks of thy sheep.
Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 20. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexations, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thy hand unto
to do until thou be destroyed. No, we wouldn't even have that written down though. Start right there. We got it written down right on my phone.
The Lord shall, what's this? Deuteronomy 28 and 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies. Thou go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them.
He said you're going to be smitten before your enemies. You see what I'm saying? Not your friends, not your brothers, your enemies. Go ahead.
And shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth.
We're scattered upon all the kingdoms on the earth, and that was by ships. Go ahead.
Right. And thy carcass shall be met unto all flows of the air and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fright them away. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
The Most High said you will betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. That happened to her during the time of slavery. You see what I'm saying? The slave master, when a man wanted to get married, the slave master would be like, all right, I got to take her virginity first. I got to pop her first. You see what I'm saying? Slave masters came and raped, robbed, and pillaged anybody who he wanted to. Go ahead.
Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein.
You see what I'm saying? We built up America. We built up this whole country. You see what I'm saying? But we still at the bottom. Shit, we built the White House. You see what I'm saying? But we ain't dwelling there. Go ahead.
Thou shalt plant a vineyard and shalt not gather the grapes of thereof. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Your sons and your daughter were given it to another people. You see what I'm saying? When Slave Master Jackson came to Slave Master Johnson and said, hey, I want that young buck right there. It wasn't nothing you could be able to do about it. It was no might in your hand. Only thing you had to do was sit back and watch your son be sold to someone else. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And thine eyes shall look and fall away, longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand. This is Deuteronomy 28. Verse 36, the Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone.
Yeah, so the Most High said you was going to be sent to a land that you know not, and you was going to serve other gods, such as wood and stone. Wood meaning Christianity. You see what I'm saying? Our people still under that curse, believing in Christianity to this day. And we got people that's thinking they Muslims out here praying to that goddamn rock and over there in Mecca. The cobblestone, you see what I'm saying? He said, the Lord said that we was going to be sent to a land that we know not, where we was going to send, where we was going to serve other gods, such as wood and stone. Christianity and being a Muslim. You see what I'm saying? The Lord left 18 nations of people here. He never left no religion. He left us 18 nations of people, and out of all them people, he chose one to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. And when we didn't follow them, all these curses fell upon us. Go ahead.
And thou shalt become an astonishment.
Astonishment. You see what I'm saying? He said, the Lord said we're going to become an astonishment. Who the best football players, the basketball players, golf, cookers, dancers. You see what I'm saying? We are astonishment upon the whole earth. You see what I'm saying? Because the whole earth follow after Babylon the Great. The whole earth has been drunk and following after Babylon the Great. But we set the trend here in Babylon the Great. So really the whole world following after us. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
A proverb and a byword.
A proverb. You want to hide something from a black man, hide it in the book. You see what I'm saying? That's a proverb, a byword, African American, Native American, Mexican, Hispanic, Haitian, Jamaican, you see what I'm saying? Indian, you see what I'm saying? He said we're going to become proverbs and bywords. Go ahead.
Among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
You see what I'm saying? Here it is. Our kids coming straight out the womb, working in the fields, looking like, damn, what's going on? You see what I'm saying? Don't know what's going on. They're just working in the fields. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 43. The stranger that is within, thou shalt get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
So the Most High said, the stranger that is within thee shall come up above thee very high, but we shall come down very low. You see what I'm saying? Who at the top in Babylon the Great, and who at the bottom? You see what I'm saying? You got to think about that. Go ahead.
He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
Who you go to when you want a loan? You see what I'm saying? When you want a loan, you go to your enemies. You see what I'm saying? When you want a loan, when you need a credit card, a Vistar, or anything, you go to your enemies for it. Go ahead.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he command thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So Most High said you was going to know the Israelites by these curses, because these curses was going to stick to the Israelites for a sign. You see what I'm saying? The curses, you're going to know the Israelites by these curses. Whoever these curses fell upon, that's how you going to know who they is by these curses. That's how you going to know who the Israelites are. Go ahead.
And for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Forever. You see what I'm saying? Forever. Go ahead.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. Keep going.
Yeah.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
He said you was going to serve your who?
Your enemies.
Your enemies. The Lord said we was going to serve our enemies, not your brothers, not your friends. You see what I'm saying? We got to sit here for punishment. This is our punishment, but you still got 2/3 of Israel. They love this place. Right. They don't want to see nothing happen to this place. You see what I'm saying? The Lord going to destroy you. 2/3 of Israel going to die.
That's
you
right.
See what I'm saying? Only 1/3 of the Israelites going to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments and follow our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness.
And hunger and in thirst and in nakedness. So when you're hungry, where you go to? You go to one of these stores and you buy food from your enemies. You see what I'm saying? It wouldn't be no curse for a white girl to go up and buy and go to one of these stores, because she getting it from her own people. But us, we got to go to our enemies for food. We got to go to our enemies for water. You see what I'm saying? We got to go to our enemies for clothes. That's what the Most High is saying. Go ahead.
And what all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
He said he should put a yoke of iron upon the neck. When we came off them slave ships, we had a yoke of iron around our necks. You see what I'm saying? Coming off them slave ships. We the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the rest of they were scattered to the rest of the world. So the Israelites are in all nations. The Haitians and Jamaicans, we in all nations. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And let me read that over real quick. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Okay, so until he have destroyed you, what happened when you got a pit bull? You see what I'm saying? You could put a leash around a pit bull neck. You see what I'm saying? And then one day you ain't got to put one day once you destroy the pit bull and he know not to run away. You see what I'm saying? You could finally take the leash off his neck and he could just walk on beside you until he have destroyed thee. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
A nation of fierce continents which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shall show favor to the young.
You see what I'm saying? Who that's talking about? He said a nation that shall not show countenance to to the young or the old. They don't care who they kill. They'll kill the young and the old. You see what I'm saying? Shooting us down in the streets. They don't care if you're 5 or 80. Go ahead.
And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee, neither corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy flocks are what? No, let me read that over. Which also shall not leave thee, neither corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until he have destroyed thee. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates unto thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou thrustest throughout all thy land, and he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which the Lord thy God hath given thee.
Keep going.
This is Deuteronomy 28:54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother.
That's black on black crime. You see what I'm saying? He said, we used to be like, man, how you doing, brother? You need food, you need water. He said, the man that's tender and delicate among you, his eye shall be evil against his brother. Go ahead.
And toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Which he shall leave. You see what I'm saying? You got the so-called Negro man today. He'll get a woman pregnant, then he'll leave her. You see what I'm saying? And that's us. All those curses fell on us. You see what I'm saying? Keep going, brother.
Deuteronomy 28:56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil towards her husband, towards the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter.
You see what I'm saying? Our women used to be submissive. You see what I'm saying? They used to be here to help us. Now you got this Jezebel spirit in the world, this Cardi B spirit. You see what I'm saying? Do as thou wilt spirit, but you're gonna be destroyed. You see what I'm saying? The Most High said, in that day, my eyes shall behold her, then shall she be trodden down like the mire of the street. Mire means shit. You see what I'm saying? When you walk past some shit on the street, do you look twice? No, he said the daughters of Zion, they got that spirit. You're gonna be trodden down like the mire of the street. Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy 28:64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people for the one end of the earth, even unto the other.
He said he was going to scatter us among all people. You see what I'm saying? Our land is over there in Jerusalem. You see what I'm saying? We not in our land. We scattered amongst the whole earth. You see what I'm saying? How we got there? We got there on slave ships. Go ahead.
There thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
He said we was going to serve other gods that our forefathers didn't even know, because we were serving Yahweh Hashem Yahushua back in the day.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Now we over here serving Christianity and saying that we Muslims. You see what I'm saying? Nigga, you're not a Muslim, you're a Hebrew Israelite. You see what I'm saying? Of the 12 tribes. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And among these nations shalt thou find no ease.
No ease at all. We still over here marching in the streets. We still over here praying. You got pastors. You got pastors that be in the church all day, claim that they reading this Bible, and then they'll say, why did this happen to us? Nigga, you a false prophet. The Lord gonna destroy you. You see what I'm saying? You a false prophet because you over here marching. You see what I'm saying? Talking about something. Why is this happening to us? But you got a Bible talking about something. You a preacher. You a false prophet. You gonna die. Go ahead.
Neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart, and failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind.
Meaning that when you come here now after being at the bottom for so long, you're supposed to be like, man, I can't wait for the Lord to come destroy this place. You see what I'm saying? Let me follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Now niggas just following after the rappers. They put all these rappers over us. You see what I'm saying? As our leaders. You see what I'm saying? Leading the people straight to leading the people as a flock to the slaughter. You see what I'm saying? Got our people thinking that they thugs out here. Furthering their affliction. You see what I'm saying? You're going to be destroyed by the Most High Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Go ahead.
And thy life shall hang and devout before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life.
And that's twofold. You see what I'm saying? When we was back in on them slave plantations, we never know if we'll live to the next day. You see what I'm saying? And that's still to this day. You see what I'm saying? You got your brother trying to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he from this hood and he from that hood. Nigga, the government own all that. You see what I'm saying? You repping something that the government gave you. You's a fool. You see what I'm saying? Right. Now our life hanging in the balance because it's like, okay, am I going to follow the trend? Am I going to do what everybody else is going to do? But am I going to follow the law, statutes, and commandments? You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It's Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt again with ships.
The Lord said he was going to bring us into Egypt again with ships. Egypt in the Paleo-Hebrew tongue means house of bondage or slavery. You see what I'm saying? The true name for the country over there, Egypt, was Mizraim. You see what I'm saying? Just like he don't talk about he don't call it Mizraim in the Bible. He calls it Egypt. You see what I'm saying? Because that's where the Hebrew Israelites were enslaved. You see what I'm saying? Just like he don't call America, America. He calls it the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, there thou shalt see it no more again.
He said we weren't going to see our land no more again. So who those people over there in our land? You see what I'm saying? Give me that from the top, fam.
By the way whereof I speak unto thee.
From the top.
Oh, all right. Salakia. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Your enemies sold unto who?
Your enemies.
He said we're going to be sold unto our enemies, not our friends, not our brothers, our enemies. Go ahead.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
From slave men and slave women. Go ahead.
And no man shall buy you.
And no man shall redeem thee. You see what I'm saying? We still here looking for a nation that can redeem us, but the only person that can redeem us is Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Right.
So we need to start back praying to Yahweh Shem Yahushua and stop praying to that damn cracker Cesare Borgia.
That's
who
right.
we know is Jesus Christ. You see what I'm saying? Because the Lord gonna destroy your ass. You see what I'm saying? Because he said in the last days, knowledge shall be increased. You see what I'm saying? You got pastors still preaching the same doctrine from way back when we first came here, but the Lord said that knowledge will be increased in the last days. And now he said it's going to come to pass that you're going to know that a prophet had been among you, because you're going to be like, dang, they was telling the truth. Let me go find them. The Lord going to hide us in that day. He said his servants shall eat, but you shall starve. You see what I'm saying? We coming up on food riots, food shortages, race wars, class wars, Democrats versus Republicans. You see what I'm saying? And Jacob, the sons of Israel, y'all finna be caught up in the middle of that shit. If you ain't got the Holy Spirit, the Rakakadash, you're gonna be destroyed out here.
Khan.
You're gonna be destroyed. Go ahead, read, fam.
That's it for that, fam.
That's it. Let me get that.
This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land.
Why he gotta set us in our own land? You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
The strangers shall be joined with them. Right now, we joined to the strangers. Go ahead.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Right now, the house of Jacob cleaving to the house of Esau. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And the people shall take them.
We gonna ask them.
The people shall take them.
We gonna knock on the door and be like, nah, bro, come with us.
The people shall take them.
He said the people shall take them. Go ahead.
And bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
So that means Esau, Edom, that means you're going into slavery. The Most High said we're going to take them captives, who captives they were. You're going into slavery. It don't matter. It don't matter what you do. It don't matter what you try to do. You're going into slavery for 1,000 years. That's said the Lord in the Bible.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
That's it. Damn. Let me get that 14 and 21.
Yeah.
Chapter 21.
This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Hey, and with that, we're going to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.